Hi, Erin. All right, let's move a little. Take it easy. We're gonna start slow. I want you to start trying to just sit in a Z sit. So your right knee is gonna bend, right foot against the left thigh, and just as much of a bend in that left leg as you can. So the knee can be really tight into you, or it can be spread out a little bit, and just start sitting up as tall as you can. And take a couple breaths. Depending on your hips, how they feel right now, this might feel really tight here, and that's okay. You might be tilted sideways. Again, just sit in whatever position you can and focus on some big inhales and some big exhales. Now we're gonna add a little twist. So you're gonna twist to your right first. Take both hands over. Come back to center, relax your shoulders, take your twist the other way. As deep of a twist as feels okay right now. And then come back to center. Now I want you to take yourself out of this Z sit and just sit so your feet are more stacked. So you can have your feet together. I want you to hold on to your left ankle with your left hand and reach your right arm to the ceiling, and you're gonna take your side bend over. So when you side bend, make sure that that left shoulder isn't hiked up into your ear, really drop it down and feel the stretch all the way along that right side body. And stay here a couple breaths. Now you can kind of move this shape. Start to rotate your right shoulder down towards the floor and then untwist again. So you're nice and square, relaxing that left shoulder as well, rotating down towards the floor and untwisting again. One more time, you're gonna take it down and untwist and sit yourself up. Now I want you to plant your right hand to the mat and then take a little side bend the other way. So bend your right elbow to get a deeper twist, stretch through your left side now. And then come all the way up. Okay, now we're gonna swing our legs around to the other side. So start in that Z sit like we did before. And just place your hands on the knees if you can, or on the mat, wherever you feel most supported, and just take some breaths here. Allowing this feeling in your hip. My right hip feels tight on this internal rotation, so just try and breathe into the stretch. Not being tense will allow you to kind of relax into it as you just sit here and breathe. And then we're gonna start to twist a little bit. So first you're gonna twist to your left. Although I think when you watch this, it might look like I'm doing the opposite. So to follow my words, twisting left, and then center, and then twist to your right. And let's do that again. Moving through center, taking your twist to your left, through center, and to your right. Now we're going to come out of that Z sit to that mermaid sit so that your feet are a little more stacked. And you're going to hold onto your right ankle with your right hand, reach your left arm to the ceiling, and take your side bend over to your right. And again, stay here for a couple breaths. Make sure to relax your right shoulder so it's not up into your ear, and then take your rotation. So start to rotate your left shoulder down towards the floor, and then open back up to the side. And again, rotating the shoulder towards the floor, left shoulder towards the floor, and then open back up. One more time, rotating down. You can come back and sit up, and then you're gonna plant your left hand to the mat. Reach your right arm high, and then bend at the left elbow to find the side bend the other way. Good, and come back up. Okay, now I'm gonna have you lay on your back. So I want you to just come to a supine position on your back. Your knees are gonna be bent with your feet flat on the mat. Let's do some bridging here. So heads down, hands are down by your sides, feet are hip width apart. Start to curl your pelvis towards your face, go up into that bridge, find the length, find the stretch as you go up, and then take your time, roll yourself back down through the spine all the way until your booty's down. And then do it again. Peel the spine, roll to the top of your bridge. Exhale, roll back down. I really want you to think of using your glutes, using your hamstrings to push your hips up to the ceiling, and you're gonna stay with your hips lifted this time. So really squeeze your butt to keep your hips lifted, and you're gonna stay and breathe and hold that static bridge for 10 seconds. You're thinking of your tops of your thighs as staying really open, and your knees really reaching towards your toes. Just relaxing your upper body here. Hold it for 3, for 2, for 1, and roll all the way down through the center of your spine. Now I want you to do that on the balls of your feet. So lift your heels off the mat, pull your feet maybe a little closer towards you if you feel like they're too far away. And then I want you to bridge from here. Your heels are lifted, your hips go up. Take your time, roll your spine down without your heels lowering. Go down and up. Rolling down, and then rolling up. Next time you roll, you stay to the top of that shoulder bridge, and again, you're gonna really squeeze your glutes, squeeze your butt to keep your hips lifted, and hold it again for 10 seconds. Relax your shoulders, relax your arms, and breathe for 4, 3, 2, and go all the way down to the mat. Now hug both of your knees into your chest. They can go really wide, like out towards your armpits. So you're kind of more like in a happy baby pose than with your feet together. And then just kind of sway side to side a little bit. So kind of take that shape and rock side to side on your spine. Now I want you to do a figure 4 with your legs. So I want you to cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. And first just start with your left foot really anchored into the mat and your right knees opening out to the side. You might feel hip stretch from here, you might not. You can pick this leg up, this shape up, and grab on behind your left leg to deepen that stretch. And hold that there for a couple breaths. Even flexing your right foot, like making the toes pull back towards your knee will deepen that stretch in that leg. Now when you set that left foot to the floor, I want you to open your arms out to a T and then take this shape of your legs and drop it over to your left so that your right foot is falling towards the floor. So you get a big spinal twist looking over towards your right fingertips with your head so your neck can find that twist too. And stay there for a couple breaths, allowing that exhale to really deepen in that twist. And then I want you to really engage your obliques, pick your legs back up to tabletop, and let's switch sides. So put your right foot on the mat, cross your left ankle on top, just hold that stretch there for a moment. You can deepen it if you need to by picking that shape up and holding on to the back of the right leg to deepen the stretch in your left hip. And then you're going to set your right foot down again. Your arms will go back to T. Your shape of your legs will drop to your right this time. So your left foot's falling to the floor, and then look over towards your left fingertips. And then use your
your obliques, pull that shape back up to center and rest your feet. So bring your hands back down by your sides, and we're gonna do a little bit of marching of our legs. So I want you to engage your core. I want you to pick your right leg up to tabletop, and we're just gonna tap the right foot. Tap it to the mat, and then lift it back up. Trying not to let anything move from the shoulders to the hips. Tap and lift. Feeling that scoop of the abs as you tap and as you lift. Down and up. 2. One more time. And let's switch legs. Set your right foot down, lift the left, tap and up. Really still through your center, core is stable as you float the left leg up and down. Thinking of your abs doing the moving of that leg more so than your thigh and hip flexor. So you try and kind of have that leg be as loose as you can. And then set your left foot down. Now you're gonna pick your right leg up, and then you're gonna pick your left leg up. Now we're gonna do one leg at a time from here. So the right leg is going to lower down, and then it's gonna lift back up. And it doesn't have to reach the mat. So I want you feeling like your core is doing the work of the lowering and the lifting of one leg, only as far down as you need to go to feel your abs, and make sure your back is not straining to get your leg lower. So take your time, one leg at a time. One more time right. One more time left. And then I want you to hug your right knee into your chest. Rest your left leg all the way to the mat. Lengthen that left leg out, that hip flexor out. And then you're gonna switch. Straighten your right leg on the mat and pull that left leg in towards you. And we're gonna add on moving our arms as well. So start by putting both feet on the mat again. Your knees are bent. Reach your arms straight to the ceiling. So I want you to pick your left leg up to tabletop this time. So now you're gonna make your mind work a little bit. So as your right arm reaches back, reach your left leg straight, and then bring both back to how they started. And again, inhale, the right arm goes back as the left leg goes long, and pull everything back to center. 5 times. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull back to center. That's 3. 4. One more time. Bring it back to center. Set your left foot down. Pick your right leg up to tabletop. This time your left arm reaches back as your right leg goes long, and pull both back how they started. 5. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. 4. 2. One more time. Pull it back to center. Rest your foot down. Rest your arms. Okay, now we're gonna add on to that a little bit. So if that felt like enough of a challenge, then you can just do some knee folds from side to side. If you wanna try the variation that makes it a little bit more challenging, then I'm gonna show you what it is. So I want both of your legs up to tabletop, both your arms to the ceiling. This time, your left arm and your right legs go out and back to center. 5. Inhale out and to center. Opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching out and to center. For 2 and 1. Other side. Right arm, left leg, reach and center. 5. One more time. Good. Rest your feet one at a time and rest your hands. All right, let's come up to a side position. So I want you to come up and be lay on your right hip and come down to be supported by your right hand on your head. So you're on your elbow down on the mat. You're gonna bend both of your knees, and you're just gonna do this top leg opening and closing. Feet stay together, top knee opens and closes. Really feel like you're pulling your abs in here, even from the front and from the side. So you're staying light on the mat. So your side body's working to keep you so that you're not just like hanging out. I want you a little active on that underside of you. Good, open for 2, open for 1, and then we're gonna change that range of motion, or the angle, I guess. Your feet lift, and you're gonna do 8 and close. 7. 3 more times. Last time, close the legs and set your feet down. All right, straighten both of your legs. All right, mine don't fit in the camera anymore. So once your legs are straight, you're gonna lift that top leg up and down for 8, 7. Same thing goes. When your leg lifts, it feels like you're being heavier in the mat. So I want you to try and use your waist to be light on that bottom rib cage as you lift and as you lower. Lift for 3, lift for 2, lift for 1, and then rest everything back down. Good. Okay, we're gonna go the other way. So I'm just gonna turn to face. So now I'm on my left. So left hip is down, knees are bent, your top knee opens and closes. Three, 2, 1 more time. Lift both of your feet, keep your feet in the air, keep your feet together as you open 8 more times. Finding that clamshell, trying to be light on that left rib cage. Exhale as you open. 4, 3, 2, 1 more time, and then rest everything down. Your legs go straight. You're slightly at an angle in front of you, if I didn't say that before. So you're not straight down, you're kind of angled in front. And then you're gonna up and down. 8, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Okay, so grab your band. I guess I didn't say that if you didn't get it already. So I'm gonna have you lay on your back. This band is going to go, you're gonna hold onto the sides and put your right foot into it. Rest your left leg on the mat. So you're actually gonna hold the band with your both sides of the band with your right hand. So you can hold on as high or as low as you need to. I want to take this into a circle. So I want you to cross that right leg over towards your left shoulder, sweep the leg down, open it out, and bring it back to the ceiling. So I kind of like to let my right elbow, my right tricep, that part of my arm lay on the mat so that I'm moving my leg, but my arm is staying still, the one holding the band. So cross it over, swing it around and to the top. Inhale across, exhale circle. Across and circle. Make sure that leg is really straight so that you're not moving with a bent knee. You feel like you're really standing strong into that TheraBand. And then we're gonna go the opposite direction. Go out right, pull it across and up. So this is still some core work here. Moving the leg, moving the hip around, using the band to kind of help you and control it. Out, around and up. Out, around and up. One more time. Good. And then let that leg, the band come off that right leg and rest it on the mat. Then we're gonna do the left. Left foot in the band. I'm gonna hold it with my left hand, but I'm gonna anchor down through my elbow. Cross over first. You should feel maybe some stretch to the outside of that left leg. Sweep it down and bring it up. Inhale across, exhale circle. 2. One more time. You're gonna reverse. So slightly out to the left, bring it down, circle it up, out, around and up, out, around and up. 3, 2, last time. Good. And then take the foot all the way out. All right, I want you to come up slowly, carefully.
you're gonna come onto all fours. So come on up so that you are, your elbows, your shoulders are right over your wrists and your hips are right over your knees. You're gonna cat-cow first. So flex your spine, find the movement rounding, and then find it extending. So find big stretch both directions. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then come to a neutral spine. So from the crown of your head to your tailbone, you're really straight. Now I want you to take your left hand and tap your right shoulder and then switch. So take your time, feel like you can really ground through one hand before you pick the opposite hand up to touch that shoulder. And alternate, take your time, switching side to side, feeling like you can keep your hips square over your knees. So you're using your obliques a lot to tap one hand without trying to totally shift your whole body weight side to side. Tap and down, tap and down. Good. One more time each way. Now, you're gonna reach your right leg straight back behind you. I want you to keep both hands into your mat. I want you to flex your right foot and then tap down and lift up. And I realize my foot doesn't show. So just tap your foot and then lift. Head down to the ground, neck in line with your spine as you use the back of that right leg and your core to move that right leg. Down and lift. Tap and lift. Good. On your next, I want you to keep your right leg lifted, and I want you to try and reach your left arm overhead and just hold this pose. Lift away from your right shoulder, shoulder away from the floor, and hold it and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest everything down. Child's pose. Let's come up back onto all fours. Readjust yourself so that you make sure your shoulders are over wrists, knees are over hips, and you're gonna start with that tap again. One hand to the opposite shoulder. Take your time. Tap and down. Tap and down. Okay. Next, both hands are down. Reach your left leg straight back behind you. Tap the mat and lift it up. Down and lift. Three, 2, keep it lifted, hold it strong, reach your right arm overhead. Find yourself as long as you can be fingertips to heel, and breathe. And rest everything down. Both hands, both knees. Let your knees go really wide, like to the outside width of your mat, and your feet come together. Sit back into that child's pose again. Reach your arms straight in front of you, and drop your forehead to the mat. Now I want you to exaggerate that shape. Take both of your hands all the way to the left and really sink your right hip down towards your right heel. And then go the other way. Now I want you to do one little set laying on your stomach so we can do a little bit of back body work. So you're gonna come all the way down onto your stomach. I want you to put one hand on top of the other and rest your head onto your hands. Separate your legs about the width of the mat. Point your toes and lift your thighs. Little lift and little lower, not huge. So I don't want you to try and lift so high that your low back feels anything. I want you to feel like it's moving from your hamstrings, from the backs of your legs and your glutes, to find that lift and to find that lower. Up and then down, 3 more times. One more time. Rest your legs. I want you to bring your hands down by your side. So palms face up towards the ceiling. Rest your forehead on your mat again. Lift both of your hands off the mat.
Can you get them higher than your hips are? So if you look, you can see space between my arms and my hips, right? And then lower back down. So just finding as big of a lift as you can, thinking of the front of your shoulders lifting away from the mat, so you find some open in the front of your body, and then back down. One more time. Lift the arms high, drop the shoulders out of your ears, lift the shoulders away from the mat, and rest everything down. Now you do the same thing with T-arms. So arms out to the side. You're just gonna lift your arms, not your head, not your chest. Lift the hands away from the mat and back down. Both hands lift and lower. Shoulders stay out of your ears. The front of the shoulders lift away from the mat. Feel like you can use the back of your arms to find that lift. 2 more. And rest. Okay. Now we're going to move from those 2 ranges of motion. So you can turn, well, yeah, keep your face looking straight down to the mat. I want you to lift your arms up off the mat, keep them lifted and open them to T. And then back to your hips again. Open to T and to the hips. Open and to the hips. 3, 2, 1 more time, and rest yourself all the way down. Hop up onto a child's pose again. Good. Okay, we're gonna do a little neck stretch. So I'm gonna do it just kind of on my knees. You can do it standing, you can do it seated. I'm just gonna come up to a kneeled position. So I want you to grab your left wrist with your right hand, and then I want you to kind of give that hand a pull down towards the ground as you drop your right ear to your right shoulder. So giving that little tug on your wrist down towards the floor should give you big relief and stretch up that left side of your neck. And then you can kind of change where your chin aims. So you can turn to aim your chin towards your shoulder. For me, that really deepens the stretch. You can lift your chin up towards the ceiling, kind of changes it. Or somewhere in the middle, you can just have a heavy ear to the shoulder. And then relax. Let's try the other side. So hold that right wrist with your left hand. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder and find that stretch all along that right side of your neck. Now try moving your chin, aim it down towards your shoulder while continuing to have that slight downward pull. Maybe turn your chin slowly up towards the ceiling. Maybe just have a heavy ear to the shoulder. Good. Hands down by your sides. I really want you to exaggerate that head motion. So nod your chin to your chest deeply. Now take that chin and go as low to your shoulder and your chest as you can until it's to your right shoulder. Now go high to the ceiling with your chin. Lift your head and go all the way around. Thinking of that chin going down to your left shoulder before you drop it into your chest. Now go the other way. Chin stays tight in towards your chest as you pull it towards your left shoulder. Keep reaching it back as it goes up. And then around. All the way to the right shoulder. And all the way into your chest again. Good. All right, you can take your band. You can do a couple shoulder stretches. Hold onto that band. Make sure your wrists stay really strong. Lift that band up and bring it right back behind you. You want your arms moving at the same time, trying not to let one shoulder lead the way. Lifting and stretching it back. Up and in front. One more time. Lift it up and behind. All the way in front of you. Hold it here and open it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
1, lift it up a little higher, and 10, 9. Think of your shoulder blades squeezing in your back. So the shoulder blades are really tight together as you pull that band apart from your shoulders, from those rotator cuffs. Now to shoulder height, last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Good. All right, I hope you feel better, my friend. If you do this today, if you do this any other day where you're not feeling great, I miss you. Hope you have a good weekend.